What's going on, guys? Back at you again, and we're gonna go over Week 17. Woo, can't talk. Lost my voice. So now we got Dallas versus Washington. I got Dallas winning that one. Washington, I just don't trust them. From last year to this year, it's a complete 180. And like I say to you guys every year, it's always six new playoff teams every year, 5 to 6 every single year, and it's happening again, right? The teams that we're normally seeing are just not going to be in there. It's new teams. It's always new teams every year. It's parity in this league. This is what they wanted. So it's not going to be like old times where we always know who's going to be in the playoffs. We have no idea. But with this, I got Dallas winning. Then we got Detroit, Minnesota. I picked Detroit to win after that tough loss they took. Minnesota is playing without their quarterback, too. JJ is going to be out. Then we got Denver, Kansas City. Denver should mollywop them. They're playing with a crappy backup and a team that just isn't good. Let's face it, Kansas City has not looked good at any point this season. And Denver has looked good all season, minus a few points here and there. So I got Denver going, taking it to them. Because the thing is, obviously, with the rig and everything, KC could beat them, but I feel like that would be too noticeable on the bets to let KC win. But if they cover, that's fine. You could see that happening. But KC to win? Like, where are they going to get the offense from? That's my question. In this draft, KC, they got to fix their O-line. They need a tight end. They need another receiver. They got so many holes they got to fill. I don't know what they're going to do, but they better do it quick because this window of theirs is closing in a hurry. So, yeah, we're going to go. We got Houston versus Los Angeles. Who did I pick? Now I'm going to be out of order. I picked Houston to win this game. I trust Houston more, and Los Angeles has been dealing with injuries all year long. I think Los Angeles will be a force next year after another draft with, what's his name? John Harbaugh or Jim Harbaugh. So Jim Harbaugh, what? He's going to be going into what? This will be his third year next year. So, like, this will be his third draft, I believe. Or would it be his second? I don't know. Let me actually look that up. How many years has Jim Harbaugh been the Chargers coach?
Jim Harbaugh has been the Chargers
Two.
coach.
Yeah, this is his second season. So he'll be going into his third season next year. I think they'll be better. They'll draft more players, get more depth. Another offseason. I think, yeah, the Chargers are going to be good next year. But I think Houston will take it this year. Next, we got Baltimore, Green Bay. It looks like Baltimore's packed it in. I don't even know if Lamar's playing. At the same time, I don't even know if Jordan Love's playing, but what's it called? Malik Willis is more than serviceable. And Malik Willis can win. You can win ball games with a guy like that. The way he runs that offense, the way he plays, his elusiveness. If you're talking backup versus backup, I'm taking Green Bay to win this. And if you're talking Jordan Love versus backup, I'm taking Jordan Love. Next, we got Arizona, Cincy. I picked Cincy to win that one. I might be out of order from here on out. On my sheet, I got Seattle versus Carolina. I picked Carolina because no one's going to see that coming. Like, who in their right mind would see that coming at all in any way, shape, or form? No one. And if they say they would, they're a liar. Next, we got Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. I actually got Cleveland winning this, and just hear me out. They're playing against a team that's not going to have TJ Watt on defense. They're not going to have DK Metcalf on offense. So those are their two most explosive players. And the last time they played, I think they only lost by 3 points. And that was with Dylan Gabriel, guys. So we know how Dylan plays. Let's face it, if Shador was playing back then, the Steelers wouldn't have won that game. So, and that was with a full team. Their whole team was strength. Their team strength was full. You know, they had no injuries. Everyone was there. No one was hurt. So I just don't know how Pittsburgh wins this game. I think that DK punch was all fake. It was made out to happen just so Cleveland will have an easier matchup. I think they want Cleveland to win this game. They want Shador to prove himself, so they don't have to draft a quarterback. So this will be the game where Shador just goes crazy, 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns, 400 yards, all that. This would be the game. And if he does it this game, Cleveland wouldn't have to go forward with him because the fans would just go nuts over there. So, yeah, I think all this is laid out for Cleveland to win this week. But that's just what I think. I could be wrong, but I think that's what they're doing. Next on my sheet, who do I have? I got New Orleans, Tennessee, and I got New Orleans winning. Then I got Tampa versus Miami. I got Tampa winning. Then I got Jacksonville versus Indy. I got Jacksonville taking that. Then we got New England versus the Jets. The Jets have definitely packed it in. And I think they're more concerned about getting Dante Moore than they are getting Mendoza. I don't think Mendoza would fare well in the New York media. The more I think about it, he's too goofy. And like his goofiness in the locker room and just everywhere else, I don't think it would play well in New York. I think New York would gobble him up. He's a great player, but unfortunately, in the NFL, as a quarterback, you can't just be great at what you do. There's other things. You got to be almost like a movie star. Like you got to be a star. There's other things that come with it. You got to talk in front of cameras. You got to, the face of a franchise, so you're gonna be on commercials. Mendoza's just not that kind of guy. The Big Apple. I don't know if that's a fit for him. I think Dante Moore would fit better with New York, but who knows? I'm just a guy. But with that, yeah, I got New England winning. Next, we got Giants, Raiders. This is a game for the number 1 pick because whoever wins this goes to the number 3 or 4 pick. And whoever wins or loses goes to the number 1 pick. Now you got to ask yourself, do they want the number 1 pick? They don't need a quarterback, but they could draft one, and now you can trade the other. Or do they just give the number 1 pick for a haul of picks? Or does the Raiders, do they just lay down and just let the Giants win so they can get the number 1 spot so they can draft Mendoza? Mendoza would fare better in Las Vegas than he would in New York. Las Vegas, all they have is that one strip, and after that, it's all desert. It's a tiny little strip, you know what I mean? And that's it. So I think he would fare better in Las Vegas, Nevada. He really would. There's nothing to do out there other than when you're on the strip, quiet, you're in the desert. So I think that would be a better fit for him. And Pete Carroll, let's face it, he's got job security. He ain't going anywhere. So he could just tell the front office, let's just lose these 2 so we can get our guy, and then next year we'll get back to winning. If you're Pete Carroll, you can easily sell that. You could tell the front office, you know what, we grabbed Geno just to get us through the year, but he was never our guy. We need our guy for the future. He's right here. You know what I mean? I think that's what they're going to do, and then they can figure everything else out after that. But with the Giants, if they get the number 1 pick, you're going to see teams like Cleveland, New York sending offers to get that spot. And teams like that, they got multiple first-round picks. So a team like the Giants could really fix their franchise if they take that number 1 spot and hold it. But I don't know how they're going to play this, guys. I really don't. We don't know what script the NFL has for these 2 teams. But if you're telling me I got to pick, I'm going to pick the Giants to win because I think the Giants, with their interim coach, I think he wants to prove that he can win games as a coach. So I think he's not going to try to throw a game. So that's what my thinking is. But it is scripted anyway. It's not up to him. But I got the Giants winning. Next, we got Philly versus Buffalo. And I got Philly winning. No good reason why here. I'm picking them because I think Buffalo came off of a tough game against the Browns. They sneaked it out. And Philly, they're just rolling, So I got Philly winning that one. Next, we got Chicago, San Fran. This is going to be a good game, but Brock Purdy's been playing so well. San Fran has been on a roll. I think San Fran wins this game. I don't see them winning the championship, but I think they win this game. But if they see the Chicago in the playoffs again, Chicago will be ready for them the second time. I would see Chicago beating them the second time after they get a feel for this team. That's just how I view it. And then last, and probably least, because of the Atlanta Falcons, is the Raiders versus the Falcons, and I got the Raiders winning that one. I think this one has a huge point line. So, yeah, the Raiders, I got them winning. But who knows? Maybe Vegas is like, nope, We want Atlanta to win because there's too much money on y'all. But either way, I'm sticking with Vegas to win. Maybe they won't cover, but I got them winning. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. And maybe I don't know if we're gonna do week 18 because a lot of teams don't try, but maybe we will. We'll see how the week shakes up and what the standings look like, and then we'll go from there. But other than that, guys, join me for the playoffs at the very least. If we don't do next week, thanks for watching. Oh yeah, click that like button down below. It helps.